Welcome back to the Counselor's Garden, coming at you from under our porch. This is kind of my little storage area because we don't have a ton of pantry, sort of dark storage space, but today is seed day for these zucchinis. Gonna take them upstairs, show you the cutting into them and getting the seeds out of them. These have been allowed to ripen on the plant for pretty much the whole season. I mean, like 6-7 months. They're very hard. They don't, I can push my fingernail on this and, maybe get a little bit of action, but they feel like a regular squash, not a summer squash. So we're going to chop these babies open, get the seeds out, and then I will show you what to do next. Come with me. All right, guys, here we are with my giant zucchinis. Like I said, these were left on pretty much, 6, 7, 8 months. They're giant. This is probably, 3 foot long and 20 pounds. Just pretty big. So we're going to get to cut these open, and man, I'm going to have way too many seeds, but something that's really helpful is one of these wire mesh strainers. You can use just a regular strainer, but this one's kind of got the wire so you can really get down in there and almost sand off the goop. But the other strainers work all right too. I just like these, so let's get the slice in here. So I'm gonna need a sharp knife. I'm gonna cut off the ends and see where we're at with the seeds. Cut into the seeds a little bit. It's all right. There's gonna be a ton in these. You kind of got the pulp in the middle. This kind of works also. I didn't say this, but this works for pretty much all squash and pumpkins. Very similar, except different shapes. Squash and pumpkins both, you'll cut them in half or in quarters, and then you'll get to the middle like this where the pulp is, and you'll take a spoon and you'll scoop this out. And what I'm going to do is scoop it into a strainer or a bowl, which is right here. Sorry, my kid was making some noises and I was getting distracted. You can use a spoon or your hand, it doesn't matter. At this point, this is going to be a pretty not tasty zucchini. So, probably not going to want to eat it, but there's the general idea. I think you guys get the picture. Let me cut a little bit here and get a bunch of seeds out and show you the washing step. Also share how many seeds I get too, so stay tuned for a second. Here we are. You might hear my kid in the background bouncing off the walls. We've got 100 plus seeds from just one zucchini. I'm not going to do the other one. You don't need 100 plus zucchini seeds. Between maybe 4 zucchini plants we had this year, we got well over 100 pounds of zucchini. Like, zucchinis are crazy. Zucchini and squash and pumpkins, and all kind of the same family, but it's ultimate survival food. Anyway, I'll point out that on this one, when I got to about right here or so, started at that end, for whatever reason, when I got right here, the seeds started to be a lot less good looking. They were smaller, they were flat, they weren't swollen. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but best seeds were in here, and I still got, this crazy amount. So let me bring you over to the sink here and show you what I do next. Basically, I'm just going to be washing these off and kind of pushing some goop down through there. Get you there. If you have one with a sprayer, it really helps. But I will just kind of spray it down and start picking out some bigger chunks if there is any, and kind of massaging it down against here to kind of sand off some of the goop. The good thing about zucchinis and pumpkins and squash, you don't have to do like tomatoes and everything. There's not like a shell of goop on it. I'm sure everyone's held pumpkin seeds before, but so get this kind of mostly cleaned off, and if there's stuff to pick out, using lukewarm water, just kind of spray them down, get them mostly cleaned off. You don't want any mold to happen or anything. Don't want to lose any precious seeds. good to me, not too slimy. We're going to go through a drying process as well. Usually I will get a plate of some sort. I will take a paper towel. Oh, pardon that. I will take a paper towel, like so, and we will dump these out on the paper towel. I'm going to need a bigger one, obviously, but maybe pick out any last scoop. And you're going to want to let this dry for about a week or so. But something else you want to do as well, and if you noticed any of these kind of marks like this one has, that's from me cutting it. That's not going to be viable, but it's fine. Got 99 other ones that are. What you do want to do, and you don't have to wait for drying or anything, you always want to test your seeds. I mean, you don't want to come for a surprise next spring when the seeds don't work. So what I do is I take a paper towel and get it nice and wet, squeeze out some of the stuff, some of the water, and you're gonna take, it's easier on a flat surface, but to show you here, you're gonna take a good amount of seeds. I mean, I like to do 10 or more because that's pretty good, sample size. Grab a few handfuls of seeds here, plop them on here like so, and then you're gonna want to fold this up, pressing down, making sure you've got good paper towel contact on the seeds. Kind of go for this, roll it up nice. Make sure you're getting good contact squished against, fold in half. Make sure that it's wet, but you're not like dripping. You'll take this, put it in a labeled plastic bag, and set it aside for a week or so. Seal the bag. I like to sit my stuff by heat. I have a reptile downstairs that has a heat lamp that I set the seeds on top of the cage and check back in a week. And then just make note on your seed packet or wherever you're taking notes at, zucchini seeds, October 2024, 90% germination, or 29 out of 30 germinated, or whatever it is, just so you know, this is good enough germination to use these seeds. And really, I mean, with these, it's got so many of them, we need like 60% germination for it to be great. Anyway, so you'll end up with a giant plate of seeds drying out, and you got to let them fully dry out. There might be a little film on them, but after that you can package them up and happy growing for the next year. So hope this was helpful and informative to you. And like I said, the pointers are just to select a plant, kind of mark it, and leave it on or select a fruit, that is, mark it, leave it on the plant for the whole year. I mean, maybe take the first plant and paint on it or something so you know which one it is, and don't touch it. Don't touch it from July until almost the first frost. You want it to get nice and nasty and not soft like a regular zucchini. So from there, follow these steps. So hope you guys had a good growing season. It's winding down, or if you're in a warm area, you're continuing to grow on, but just keep growing and have a good fall.